Hi there, this is Dusty Wetton, tax attorney at Tax Debt Services. Today's video is why this year's tax refund for 2022 might be smaller than normal. All right, the IRS has been warning for a couple months about how this year's refund might be smaller than the last couple years. One of the main reasons is because the pandemic era stimulus has ended. A lot of the packages that were built into those plans came through your tax return, and they built a larger refund in the past couple years because of it. Some of the things that have ended is the recovery rebate credit. Now, this was the stimulus that you were getting in the mail or in your bank account that if you didn't receive came indirectly through your tax refund. So you would check a box, say how much you received, and if you didn't receive any or if it was off balance, you would get a larger refund. This happened the last two tax returns and it is not present in 2022. That's a huge discount on the amount of money you get back from the IRS. Another one was the Advanced Child Tax Credit. The Advanced Child Tax Credit increased the amount you'd receive per child. If you had children, depending upon their age, you'd get more money back through your refund. The credit expanded it for only for a couple of years, but now it has expired. And so it's going back to the normal amount per child on that one. So that's substantially reducing a tax refund. Other reductions that came about was the Child Dependent Care Deduction. That's a mouthful for me to say, but what this was, they expanded this up to about $8,000 in the previous year that you can get for child care, any kind of daycare or dependent care providers that you're paying for. It went all the way to $8,000 and it has now gone back to $2,100. So that's a huge reduction on that, and that's why part of your refund is going to be a little bit lower. Another one is the Earned Income Tax Credit. This did balloon about 3 times larger than it normally is during the period of the pandemic era relief. And now it has gone all the way back down to what it was, so about 3 times lower. And that's going to be a huge impact on people that did qualify for this credit. Not only did the credit expand, but it also expanded on who was qualified for it. It affected more younger people and more senior people as well. And now it's going back to behaving as it normally does. The student loan interest is another one I want to talk about. During this pandemic era relief, and still as of this video, student loan payments are not required to be made. However, interest from student loan payments are a deductible payment. And right now, if you're not paying those payments, you don't get that deduction. So some people that are used to getting that because they pay their student loans, they're used to seeing how it affects their tax return, this will not affect it, and therefore it might affect how you withhold. So again, going through this again, some things that have ended, the recovery rebate credit and the advanced child tax credit have ended. Those credits are no longer available. Other things have been reduced. The Child Dependent Care Act, the Earned Income Tax Credit, student loan interest. So those things have been reduced. Combine all those things together, what you have been receiving over the past couple of years, and maybe your tax planning was adjusted for that, has changed for this year. If you did not make changes, you might see a reduction in your tax refund, or you might even owe a balance. That's why I already want to remind everyone, through the year, every quarter, do tax planning. April should not be a shock. It should be a surprise if I owe this amount or I only got this refund back. There's no guessing about this. You can really put numbers into a system and you can see the result as it's going on. You don't want to be shocked by something. You don't want a giant refund. I've said this in many videos. This is your money you're giving to the IRS. They're just giving it back to you. Therefore, plan accordingly. Make sure you look at your income every quarter, make adjustments on withholding where you need to, and try to get a refund that's less than $1,000. That'd be an ideal goal. If you owe, just try not to owe more than $1,000, and you did good tax planning as well. You can't perfect these things to a T because there's taxes owed every single day, but you can get really close. So do your best. If you don't know how to do that by yourself, call a professional. If you end up owing and you need help, call a professional. Our phone number here, 800-822-4122, or go to our website, www.taxdebtservices.com. Thank you.